Well, like I said, we just want to make sure everything's okay.
Everything's okay. You made sure. I'm good to go. I'm out here riding my bike. I got a bright yellow shirt on. So.
Well, like I said, that's why we know. How do I know that gun's not stolen or something?
Well, how do you know? How do I know you didn't just rape somebody?
Choose to invoke my Fourth Amendment right to our Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Minding your own business, when suddenly, a police officer approaches and demands identification, without any crime committed. What would you do? In today's story, we'll witness multiple encounters where citizens refuse to ID themselves, standing firm against intimidation tactics. But is asserting your rights always this simple? Stay tuned, because this situation takes a dramatic turn.
But I'm not gonna rush, you know what I mean?
Hey, how's it going? Listen, so their policy is you can't record in here.
You're NYP now? You're NYPD now?
Always been. Listen,
no.
You have to leave because you're not allowed to record in here.
You want to read their policies?
Their policies that you cannot record in here.
The first line.
Their staff is asking us to remove you, and they... I don't remember you. I don't know.
I remember you.
Oh, that's nice. I hope you like me. Time to go. All right?
Why would I need to leave? I have a right to be here, and I'm conducting business.
No, you're not conducting business. And the thing is that you have to go through...
Read the policy. Right there. I'm handing it to you.
He just told me.
Who is he?
The security guard. The head security guard said that you need to leave, and they have a right to kick you out.
Photography and photocopying policy, right? I'm going to read it to you because if you violate my rights, you can't say that you didn't know.
That's our job.
It's no negotiation. It's no.
So you could just ask anybody to leave a public building just because.
Yes.
They want you.
They
what
said
if I was
complaint to every staff member on every single floor that you're recording them and you're being a nuisance, and you're not allowed to do that inside
How
the
am I
library.
being a nuisance?
You have to leave.
How am I being a nuisance?
You are recording them, and you are not allowed to do that inside.
So photography is a nuisance?
Sir,
can I speak to your supervisor, please?
They can't record in here, right? You willing to? Nope. All right.
Read this. Handheld cameras are permitted.
Listen.
First line. Handheld cameras are permitted. This is their rules.
You have to leave.
Why?
Why? Because you are not allowed.
What crime am I committing?
You're not part of any media. You do not have prior permission to record in here. You now have to leave.
I do have permission.
Step out civilly,
I want to speak to your supervisor.
No problem. He's going to tell you the same thing.
No, he's not.
Tell you.
He's going to honor his oath to the Constitution.
Let's make him bad.
I don't want to deal with you because I already got you on camera.
Go ahead.
Cursing me out, so I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with you. I'd rather deal with somebody that I never had contact with. Because right now it seems like retaliation. You didn't investigate at all. You didn't do no investigation. You just went off of his word, right? Why are you asking me to leave a public place I have a right to be?
They want you to leave, so you gotta leave.
Okay, what if they wanted me to smack myself? I gotta smack myself?
No, that's different.
Right. I have a right to be here just like everybody else. I'm not being disorderly. I'm walking around peacefully recording. The public workers. Can I record you? Can I record you? So why can't I record the city workers?
They're not city workers.
They work. New York is funded.
They're security guards.
The public library is funded by tax dollars.
You record me all you want.
I can record government workers in the course of their duty. Read case law. You need to read case law because you enforce the law.
My job right now
is
to exit you out of this building.
Why? What crime did I commit?
They don't want you in here.
Why would they ask me to leave?
You're being disorderly. You're being a nuisance, and now you have other people watching.
How am I being a nuisance? How?
You were
by simply recording?
They asked you to stop recording.
They never asked me to leave. They never asked me to leave.
Because I can ask him and he can say the opposite.
I have on camera. Have you guys ever asked me to leave since I've been here? Have you asked me to leave? Have you asked me to leave since I've been here? Nope. First thing they said when I came in the building was you could record.
Listen, you can hang out here, wait.
I'm going to wait for your supervisor.
My lieutenant's going to be here.
Why not honor your oath? Why not protect my rights?
I'm honoring my oath.
I'm in a public building.
These nice men called me here, and they called us to escort you out of this building, and that's as far
why
as I'm
would
concerned
you?
with
Why
today.
would you escort me out the building?
Continue any more conversation?
You escort me out if I'm being disorderly, if I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be, if I'm impeding business.
They said you were not allowed to record.
Can I finish my sentence?
Can I finish my sentence? I work for the people in New York, and that's what they've asked me.
Right, you work for me. You work for me.
I also work for them.
You work for me.
So you understand that, right?
And they're not exercising their rights. I am.
Yeah. No,
peacefully.
They are peacefully asking us to escort you out.
For what crime?
You're not allowed to record in here.
He just said I was. And it says right here on their policies. Read their policies.
He actually just said you weren't allowed to record in here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Listen, he's the head security guard as far as I'm concerned.
Read the policy.
And we were asked to escort you out.
Read their policy.
I don't need to read their policy.
So I'm not violating their policy, so why would you ask me to leave?
I abide by what the security
and I'm not breaking the law.
Listen, this is a civil matter, and
I don't want to talk to you no more because this is retaliation. You're trying to retaliate against me because I recorded you before. So
I don't remember you ever recording.
I remember you. I remember you. You work at Midtown South, right?
It's on my press bar.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that. I already know.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm. If I was somewhere I'm not supposed to be, if I was cursing people out, if I was being disorderly,
Listen, I'm just here to
me,
escort
every
you
time
out
I
the
talk, you
gas.
cut me off.
Listen, like you said, you
Me
don't wanna
simply
speak, then don't
recording,
speak.
me recording is not a disorder, is not a disturbance.
You're being a disturbance to these people. They
How?
asked you to leave. I don't know.
Because
Listen,
they
I
don't
wasn't
like
here
what I'm
all day.
doing? What if they didn't like my shirt?
really-
What if they didn't like my religion? They're gonna
Why
escort
is
me
your
out of a
religion
public
getting
building?
involved? This is
Because
just
this is
about
a
you recording
right.
inside
It's
the
called,
library.
it's called freedom of religion. So if I was praying
And the staff
here,
has asked you to leave.
ma'am,
I don't know what more you want me to say
if I was
or do.
praying in this library and they didn't like that I was my religion, they wanted me out because I was praying. You gonna enforce their feelings? Or do I have freedom of religion?
Are you praying right now?
I wanted to.
So
I came to this library for
go
multiple
ahead and
reasons.
pray.
You gonna ask me to leave while I'm praying because they don't like my religion?
What is going on right here? We didn't find you praying.
I'm
We're here
going to pray
recording
before I
you.
leave. I came here to conduct business.
The only way
I came here to utilize the library for its purposes.
The only way I'm leaving here right now is if my lieutenant tells me you can stay.
Why wouldn't I be able to stay? I'm not being disorderly. All I'm doing is walking around quietly recording the New York City public workers, which I have a right to do. I can record the government while you're at work.
You'll see what my lieutenant says, okay? How about that? Deal? And then
Sure,
if
that's
you
why I
think you're
asked for
good-
him.
And if you're good to stay, then I'll leave.
The
No problem.
Constitution and the law says I'm okay.
Constitution has
What
nothing
you
to do
swore
with
an oath
this
to do.
library. No.
What does the Constitution have to do with?
Business.
Does the Constitution have to do with your job?
Oh. This is.
Does the
they just
Constitution have to do with your
This
job?
has nothing to do with the Constitution. This
It
is
does for
just
me.
us asking
It
you
does
to
for
leave
me.
Because they said you're being disorderly and they're not comfortable with you recording
Do you
inside
wanna-
here, and they said that you're not allowed to record inside here. We don't
Read
have
their
to.
policies. Read it. Read the first line. Read the first bulletin.
They just gave this to me. That last bullet point says
Let me
no
see.
photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken.
That's what.
Okay,
they're
they work for the
about.
government. There's case law that I can
just
record
matter.
It
them.
That's
doesn't
part of their
matter.
policy,
That's what we're
and they
here
don't
to
wanna be
explain to you.
recorded.
They said that the staff members don't want you recording.
Okay, I'm still not committing a crime. I have a right to be in a public
And they
building.
have the right to escort you out.
Why would they do that if I'm conducting business?
But you're not anymore. They're asking you to
I
stop.
am though, because I still have to
If you
file
wanna stay in
complaints.
this- if you wanna stay in
I
this
still have to
library,
file
fine, but you
complaints.
have to stop, though.
I still have to
not-
file complaints, and I still have to do a FOIA request.
You want to,
And I still want to pray before I leave.
how do you file a complaint?
On the first floor.
First,
Circulation desk, they'll handle a piece of paper and they'll
do you want to go to the first floor?
I was going there before you guys came.
Well, listen, I have no problem you filing a complaint.
If I was committing a crime, then you have a right to escort me out.
They're just
This is a
trying to
public
enforce our
building.
policy.
Yes.
This is
You cannot put
literally
policy
we're
over
showing
law.
it to you.
You cannot put policy over law. What if the policy said no black people? You want to enforce that?
That's
You
not
can't
their
put policy over law.
That's not going to happen.
The,
and
the
that's
government
not their
can't make
policy.
the government
Listen,
can't
you
make
wanna go
policies
a-
that violate
you
the
wanna
law
make- you wanna
or
go
the
make a complaint
Constitution.
Right now? 'Cause we'll walk
Yeah,
down
I'm
with you.
going
Come on.
there. You put policy over law? Since when? Where's your lieutenant at so I can speak to him?
He's on his way. He's on another job.
He probably has more pressing matters than somebody exercising their rights in a public building. Listen, what? Are you gonna honor your oath?
It is what it is. I'm
So what
honoring
is
my
it?
oath. They
No,
asked
it's
me to
not.
escort you out.
Let me
Right
ask you a
here,
question.
You violated their policy.
Let me
yes
ask you
or
a
no?
question. Can you put that
Yes
policy
or
over the
no?
law?
Did you not violate their policy that's right here? Circled
What's
and
higher,
drawn for
that
you?
policy or their law?
This is their right. This is their building. This is their
This is our
establishment.
building. It's the people's
This is
building.
Their establishment,
It's a
and they
people's
have a
building.
right to escort
It's
you
a
out.
public
now, I'm
building.
here to do this civilly.
I pay
and I don't wanna
taxes to
force
be in
you
this
out of here,
building.
okay? My lieutenant's pulling up. Is that him right there? No,
Well, he
that's
could
not
come
him.
find me.
That's not him. That's traffic. Is the lights on.
You put policy over law?
I'm putting them right now.
Of course you do.
This is my job.
Of course you do.
This is
Of
what
course
I'm here for.
your job is to
Do you
enforce the
wanna
law.
Go, do you want to make a complaint?
Your job is to enforce the
Do you wanna
law.
make a
Is there a law
complaint?
being broken right
Do
now?
you want to come?
What
make
law
a-
am I breaking?
Do you want to make a complaint?
Yeah,
while we wait
don't.
for my
Yeah, avoid that
lieutenant?
question.
Come on.
Avoid that question. What law am I
I've
breaking?
already answered you multiple times.
What
You're
law am
being
I breaking?
disorderly. You're not
How?
under arrest.
How
You
am
are not
how am I
under
being
arrest.
disorderly, ma'am?
Because you're
I'm
violating
recording?
their policy.
Photography
right here,
isn't a
right
crime
here.
in
Look,
public.
No photographs of the staff, other
Photography
researchers,
isn't
or
a
certain
crime
reading
in
rooms
public,
may be taken.
and you can't
wanna
turn
go
photography
to
into.
Why'd you show us that piece
You
of
can't
paper?
turn
Now that
photography
now that
into
we
a
pointed
crime.
that out, now it doesn't
You
matter.
can't
Now
to
the
show
piece
you
of paper
how
means nothing.
because I record in libraries all over the city.
You're contradicting
Because I have the right
yourself.
to.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm following the law.
Yes, you are.
The
This is
law
not-
that you swore to protect. You enforce the law. You
That's
enforce
what we're
policies.
doing.
So
That's
what
we're
law
doing.
am I
We're doing our
breaking?
job.
What law am I
You're being
breaking?
disorderly.
How? By
Oh, the
recording?
lieutenant is right here.
Okay. Is he going to help me file my complaint?
He keeps saying he's violating his rights, that we're violating his rights because he's clearly breaking their policy that says no photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken. And he's saying we're violating his constitutional right that he's allowed to record in here, and their policy doesn't matter. And he requested you because we're violating his rights.
All right.
Well, this is what I said. I said you can't put their library policy over the law. I'm not breaking the law, which means I have a right to be here. It's a public building.
Okay.
My taxes fund this building. Do I not have a right to be here?
Okay. The representatives at the library doesn't want you at this location.
Why? Because I'm exercising my rights in public? I'm conducting business in this building, and once I finish my business, I was going to leave.
I know, they don't want you here anymore.
I have to file a complaint. I have the right to redress my government.
I know, but you have to do that. You could probably file a complaint outside, but you have to leave. They don't want you here.
Am I breaking the law?
Well,
nobody asked me to leave. You guys are the first person that came up to me.
You have to leave.
So if I don't leave, I'm going to get arrested?
Well, yeah.
I need to hear you say that. If I don't leave this building, what's going to happen?
They're going to prosecute you.
You're going to arrest me?
No, the New York City Public Library is going to prosecute you.
Okay, so I have a reasonable amount of time to leave, don't I?
We're actually now. Can you please leave?
Okay, I can't leave through that way. I got to leave through this way.
Which way? That way?
And I still need the information that I came here to get.
I'll give you
Are you going to help me with that?
Yep. Whatever you need outside.
All right. I need all your cards.
Yeah, cool.
And all of your names. So you're saying that you can just trespass people from public for no crime?
They don't
No
want
crime. No crime. It doesn't matter what they want. I'm not breaking the law.
You have to leave, sir.
You going to help me get my information?
Absolutely.
So you're just going to violate my rights over a policy, right? It's a public building, right?
It's New York City Public Library. But you still gotta follow
New
the
York
rules.
City Public Library.
Correct.
I have to follow the law.
You still have to follow their rules.
What if they had a rule that said no black people? You going to enforce that?
Listen.
You can't put that over the law, and you can't put that over the
They call
Constitution.
911, guess what?
Do I not have a right to record in public buildings?
Which information do you need, sir?
I need to file a complaint. I need all of your cards.
Okay. What's the complaint? You said you want to file a complaint. What's the
Sure do.
Okay, what's the complaint? New York City Public Library?
Yep. And the Securitas, too.
Okay.
And I need all their names.
My name is Lieutenant Fontaine.
I need your card, please.
All right, I'll give my name right here. F-O-N.
Okay.
You write it down?
No, I want your card.
Okay.
I want to know who's violating my rights here today.
You want to know who's violating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't put policy over the Constitution. I have a constitutional right to record in public. Many case laws have stated that. Supreme Court has ruled that.
No problem.
I know you don't give a f***. It is what it is. I need your card, ma'am.
All right, here you go.
Am I trespassed from this building?
Now you are. If you go back inside.
Am I trespassed? I'm coming back tomorrow. How long?
Tomorrow.
So how? I need a trespass. I need a trespass notice. I'll be back tomorrow. And I need your card.
This incident is a powerful reminder that policy does not override the Constitution. Public spaces are for the people, and law enforcement must respect constitutional protections, not enforce arbitrary rules. Knowing your rights can be the difference between standing your ground and being unlawfully removed. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remain calm, ask for a supervisor, and assert your rights confidently. The Constitution is your greatest protection. Use it wisely. Imagine sitting in your car.
Keenan, 3210.
Keenan, 3210.
Do you have a driver's ID?
Why do I have to give it to you?
I'm asking.
Hey. Let me just call her.
Do you have an ID on you? Yes or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. I'm gonna have you step out.
You're not allowed to open this door either. You will reach into this car. Get off my finger.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to reach into this car.
Don't.
That's a shit. I'm not f***ing with you, and there's no reason for you to curse at me.
Listen. I asked for your ID. Do you
And
have
I said I don't have ID, and I'm not giving you any, even if I did.
Huh?
I said I'm not giving it to you, even if I did. You have no reason to stop me. I'm a passenger in a car.
You don't have your seatbelt on.
I don't have my seatbelt on because I took it off when
No,
you
you
pulled
didn't.
this over. How you gonna
Look,
tell
there's
me?
no tint in this car. I can
There's
see.
no tent. That means I can't do this. I have to
Okay.
go up. You pulling this over. I'm wondering why. We in here talking about Jesus.
Okay. So
You
you're making
flash behind
things
him.
extremely difficult.
I'm not making things extremely difficult.
are.
I'm making things extremely
Do you have
constitutional.
an ID? Yes or no?
That's what I'm making.
What are you talking about constitutional?
I'm making it
You're
constitutional.
in a vehicle that was
I'm in a
legally
vehicle
stopped.
that was legally
Okay.
stopped. And
So,
you're trying to say just
right
because
off
you didn't
the
see me
bat-
you didn't see me with a seatbelt on.
Right off the bat, that's enough to get your ID.
No, that's not enough to get me because
It
I'm not
is.
driving the car.
It is.
No, it is
So,
not.
do you have
Go
ID
give me a
on
supervisor,
you?
please. Give me a supervisor. Please.
No, we're not getting you a
Yes,
supervisor
you're
until
getting
we're
it. So you're not asking me.
So,
I asked 3 times already.
Yeah. So if it's
Can I have a supervisor?
I'll make sure it's safe for my supervisor.
Okay, why are you not? Well, so
we're
what?
not
That's
doing
not the,
it.
who I am is not making anything
Do you have
safe.
any ID on you? Yes or no?
Why?
Because I'm asking you.
No, I do not.
No?
Nope, I don't.
All right. Do me a favor. Step out of the car.
Why am I stepping out of the car?
Because I'm asking you to step out of the car. Any weapons?
Plastic. Dude. You want to give him whatever you get?
Step out of the car. Put your hands up here. You have any weapons on you? Anything that can hurt me?
I got a pocket full of nails, a measuring tape, I think a pencil.
Any weapons? Anything that could hurt me? You
A nail possibly could hurt you. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Huh?
Do I still have a knife on me?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I may have in my apron.
I asked you several times. You don't
And what did I say? The first time, you didn't ask me several.
Huh?
You done yet? I haven't done anything illegal at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Keep your hands up here for me, right?
Oh no, I'll make sure. I'm gonna make sure I'm recording all this.
You can record that. Fine.
Well, I ain't been going in my pocket. I was gonna put them on my head, but see, now this is the bullshit you go through. We wasn't doing nothing. Trying to tell me I didn't have my seatbelt on, what you did. So I should have videotaped that instead of the conversation that we were having prior to them pulling us up.
That is what?
Please do not give them my name.
Sir, I don't know why you're making this.
Please do not give them my name, because my name is not going to no database just because y'all decide to pull somebody over for something. I know how that works very well. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving you anything. I didn't do anything, so I'm not giving you anything.
All right, let me help you out. You can. It's up to you. You can keep that on, or but I wanted to talk to you. I'm going to give you an opportunity
Opportunity to what?
to
violate my rights?
No. Are you going to keep that on?
Yeah, you damn right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, then I'm going to explain it to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a fingerprint scanner brought.
And I'm not going to give you my fingerprints either.
Okay, so listen to me. So when I bring that here, if you come back with something stupid, like a probation warrant, a traffic warrant,
You won't have none of those either.
then
Won't
I'm
have
going to
any.
have to take you in for that.
Okay, then you won't find
You
any
would
of
just
those.
give me your name. And
I'm
your
not
address.
giving you anything. You're violating my rights as we speak.
Okay.
You're violating my rights. Matter of fact,
Well, then maybe you should get
I
a
plead the
lawyer
fifth.
and you
No, I
can
don't
get
have to.
some,
I plead the fifth.
money out of it.
I plead the fifth. You know what? Absolutely. What's your guy's name again? Miller?
4482.
4482.
Yeah.
And I'm first.
So, Mr. Dennis,
3210.
you have. Would you like to provide your name and date of birth for me? Because I don't want to have to take you down to the station. If you're not going to give me your fingerprint either, I'm going to have to. This is going to be a long process.
A long, arduous process.
You're a block away from being where you need to go. So it doesn't really make much sense to me. But if that's the way you want to go, I have no problem taking you to get your ID.
I told you I want to see a supervisor. I've said that several times. I said.
Get your ID.
So what? I'm not armed.
Okay,
And
but
both
I
of
don't
y'all
know
here
who you
with
are.
guns and
I don't-
tasers, right?
I don't know who you
And
are.
batons and whatever. So you don't know, what does that have to do with it? Then you shouldn't be worried about nobody's safety. What? So someone turn up on a terrorist watch list or something? I got a tape measure on an apron from Home Depot
Right.
with
so,
nails in it.
So nobody
So
here.
apparently I'm doing work.
Right. So what's
So does that make me armed? You just frisked me.
You're right.
So, unless I'm going to beat you with the belt I got on and whatnot, I'm pretty much nothing.
Are
I'm
you
not
in
doing
handcuffs?
anything. No, I shouldn't be anyway.
Okay. So what do you?
Am I
what do you-
detained?
Yes.
Am I being
Yes,
detained?
under
Then I don't
doubt.
have nothing else to say.
So you're not.
I
Gonna
don't have nothing else to say. I plead the fifth.
So you're gonna make me take you all the way to 55th.
If you
Pine
need to do
get
that and
your
whatnot,
ID.
I'm going to sue you. I guarantee you that I'm going to sue you.
All right. Well,
And I'm going to make sure I personally attach my ass to your pension for the rest of your life. I'm going to make sure I sue you personally.
okay. Well, you and my baby's mother can do that as well.
I ain't got nothing to do with your baby mom. I'm just talking about what's going on right here. You're not going to sit up here and violate my rights. You're not. I haven't done anything. I'm a passenger in the car just because you think you didn't see my seatbelt on and you didn't see me take it off, which I don't understand how you seen it might have been on anyway. It's damn the same color as this damn hoodie. So I don't understand what's the whole point of you pulling me and asking me for ID. You're not even allowed to do that. Ask me for ID. You're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're absolutely not. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm a passenger. You pull him over. I'm sitting on this side. I didn't do anything wrong. So if he made a traffic infraction or if this car came up some kind of way messed up, which I'm sure it didn't because he's still in there, And he showed you all necessary paperwork that's accompanied with this car, including his driver's license. Yeah, I know he did. So with that in mind, so he's free and clear. What does this traffic stop have to do with me now? Or do I fit the description of somebody?
Now you're just making things.
No, I'm not making this shit up. I'm dealing with the cops. I know the whole cop. So you know what I mean? Like really, this is no surprise to me. I actually was expecting her. Well, I was wondering why he rolled down my window to begin with, but I was as soon as I seen you walk over here, hey, how you doing? You want to look in the car, see if you can get some plain shit just to have a reason to want to search the car. I'm well versed in this. That's why I'm like, if you want to fuck with me about it, that's fine. I don't want to go to jail tonight. I don't feel like going to no precinct. But you're not gonna sit up here and just start chastising me or sit there and try to accost me for sitting down and minding my business with a phone in my hand. You're not going to do that. Yeah, and I said no. I'm not going to provide you with any identification whatsoever. There's no reason. What reasonable, articulate suspicion do you have that I have committed a crime?
I have a question. How far did you go? Did you guys
No. That's all I'm asking. What reasonable, articulable suspicion do you have of me committing a crime?
Do you have any kind of
I'm not answering no questions.
Impairments or anything
What,
like that?
do you have one?
Mental
I asked
health?
you a question.
Do you have any
I asked you a
mental
question.
health,
What reason? What is your RAS?
What is mine, huh?
RAS, reasonable, articulable suspicion. That I've committed a crime. That's what get me the ID. What is that? 4802?
Your seatbelt.
38.
Hello.
Why do you have your hand on your gun?
Because it's comfortable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, it's Randall14577. So the reason why I'm calling is because people are calling up here saying you've been parked here for a little bit, so that's why I came and talked to you.
And?
What's going on? You live here?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, you're also on probation. So
on probation?
You are, yes ma'am.
Oh, so how do you know that?
Because we have your plate in our system, because somebody gave us your plate and I ran you.
Okay, so?
Okay, so I come here to ask you what you're doing and why you're disturbing our neighbors.
I don't answer questions and I'm not disturbing anybody.
Okay, so you're also smoking weed inside your vehicle.
That's what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I can smell it. I know what the smell of burnt marijuana smells like.
Oh, well. That's not even...
And there's smoke coming out of the vehicle right now. I can see.
That's not marijuana.
Okay, what is it?
It's sage.
Okay. Well, it's not what sage smells like, because I have sage at my house as well.
Okay.
So, do you live here in the area, or do you live in your car?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. So, as of right now, I can't do anything, but if we get another call back out here, we'll have to figure something else out, okay?
Yeah, like maybe a crime.
Huh?
Like maybe figure out a crime.
Your window down a little bit so we can talk to you.
You're talking to me just fine.
I can barely hear you.
That's a personal issue, I guess.
Okay, do you have your driver's license?
I do.
Can you hand it to me?
No. What crime have I committed?
Well, you're being non-compliant right now.
Yeah, because I haven't committed a crime.
I'm just here to talk to you.
Okay, so let's talk.
So
I'm gonna film you. I'm gonna film you for my safety. Huh?
I'm asking you to ID yourself. You're sitting behind the wheel of a vehicle.
That's
You're in control of a motor vehicle.
That's off.
So I'm asking for your driver's license.
And I haven't committed a crime, so I'm declining that.
All right, go ahead and make it harder on yourself.
Okay. Like, I haven't even done shit. They just barely got up here.
And what's the issue, man? Why are you being so uncompliant?
Because I never had a good experience with cops. I've always been like fucking racially profiled or some type of... Like right now, first thing that whatever fucking dipshit said, his eyes are glossy. I haven't smoked in God knows how long because I'm fucking trying to get a job right now. Like I'm literally staying sober so that I can have a better chance of getting a job.
Okay, so roll down the window and...
And homie just comes up and says, oh, he's smoking weed. Like, yeah, go yourself. Nah. I haven't even done shit.
Window and talk to me.
I'm talking to you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, roll down the window, talk to me. We can have a real conversation.
We're having one right now, aren't we?
No, not really.
Okay, well.
Trying to dock through a window, a closed door, and a tinted out window.
It's pretty open. We can hear each other, so that's all that really matters. You can see my hands and I ain't doing nothing. I haven't committed a crime. Y'all haven't like, I don't know. I don't know why 3 of y'all pulled up on me when I haven't done anything. I was really about to get out of my car and just go on a little hike. Cause I'm like, clear my mind. I literally have my book right there too. I was gonna read my book while hammocking and shit.
Okay. You can still go on a hike. Go read your book.
So what do you guys want?
We just patrol the canyon areas and we stop out and talk to people.
Alright. Well, we're talking.
So, that's all.
Alright. I'm not like...
But you're acting so completely opposite of what the average normal person we deal with. It raises suspicion.
I ain't the average person.
So, you got a criminal history?
No. I do not.
Because you're acting like it.
Well, I don't.
Okay, so if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to fear, then why are you acting so non-compliant?
Because I don't fuck with 12.
Because what?
I don't like police. For reasons like this, you feel?
Is your name Patricio?
It is. Patricio, yeah.
Patricio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No? How old are you, Patricio?
I don't gotta answer questions.
You in like your 20s?
I'm getting there.
Huh?
Getting there.
Getting there?
Yeah.
You 18?
Y'all got my name, right? You can search it up. I'm sure of it. Got my plates, like...
Huh?
You got my plates.
Yeah.
You got my name. I'm sure you could search it up in your guys' system.
Not really, because the reception up here is horrible.
Well... Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing your rights is crucial, but standing your ground in the face of authority isn't always easy. Today's encounters highlight the thin line between lawful police conduct and overreach. If an officer demands your ID without legal justification, remember, you have the right to refuse. But always stay calm, record the interaction, and ask if you're free to go. Awareness is your best defense, because when you know your rights, you can stand up for them. Until next time, stay informed and stay empowered.